a planet killing device that blew up a planet.
That doesn't matter. It was a very key important moment where there was a family of stormtroopers inside of the dark.
Listen, he wants to get a job at Disney. I understand. That's what you sound like right now. You sounding real sus right now. Hey, I'm among us right now. You sound real.
Listen, you have to understand the key moments inside of the Death Star. There was a family of stormtroopers that needed help escaping the tyrannical, and Luke Skywalker just went in there and blew it up and then didn't give no fucks about them. And I was just like, oh my God, Luke Skywalker is such a bad person.
You know what that family's doing right now?
What are they doing?
Being particles in space. Being particles in space right now. Because they're dead.
Oh, come on. Entertainment.
Welcome everyone to Oh Come On Entertainment, your go-to stop for things, movies, and TV shows. I'm your host, Chasberry in London, and by my side is Dark King Forever. And today, we have the undisputed topic of the whole entire month for a good reason. Today we're talking about the Acolytes. That's right. No, you're right. No, yeah. The Acolytes. What was that? Oh, the Acolytes. As you can tell, Dark King loves the Acolytes. Oh my God.
Quoting movies here. I'm going to quote a line from one of the great movies again. Now, it's maybe a reference to that every time we do this. To the great movie Tropic Thunder. A one-nut monkey can do a better job than you. And I quote that line to the entire writing team of Star Wars and Lucasfilms, Kathleen Kennedy, whatever the fuck the director who wrote that show, to the actresses who think she can act and she ain't worth the shit that the paper was written on. A nutless monkey. Matter of fact, nutless monkey can write a better show than you. I'm going to peace. I'm going to back off. I'm going to slide the camera. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can definitely tell that Dark King has a lot to say about the Acolytes. I definitely wanted to talk about this because I got 3 episodes, and on the 3rd episode, I couldn't do it. 5 minutes in the 3rd episode, I was just like, no, this is not for me. Don't want to see it anymore. I'm just going to watch reviews. So I ended up watching a lot of reviews, especially reviews that Dark King has sent me, and I just watched it through them. I just watched it through the reviews because I just couldn't. I personally could not sit down and watch it. The first episode, you had someone so good, fucking Matrix Queen herself, and then you done fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? You had a potential person that can lift the show up, do something with it, and then the writing just said, after the first episode, the writing said, you know what? We're just gonna fuck you guys in the ass. How about this? All uncut, no lube, everything in there. Just jammed it. And that's just like, nah. For me, I'm sorry. Don't go that way. I'm out of here. So, with that being said, I personally made it a mission to, once the last episode came out, I was just not going to pay attention and just watch the reviews. And thankfully, my dear friend Dark King over here sent me the review because I was not going to watch it personally, especially after what I found out what they did with the Jedis and Yoda and everything else. It's just nope, and nope. Come on,
Jedis did nothing wrong. The Jedis did nothing wrong. They were justified in their actions. Fuck these people in their writing. They did nothing wrong. They didn't come in and invade the space lesbians and their fucking weird singing and their fucking she's not twins. She's one soul split into fucking tards.
Oh my God.
They didn't do any of that. And I'm not trying to sound like one of my favorite YouTube channels and get rant, because I watched the show through the reviews. No. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have never wasted any effort or time on a movie or TV show since WandaVision. Anything Star Wars, I'm watching it for a review. I watched Batwoman through reviews.
Oh,
Through reviews.
oh,
CW was dead to me from there.
oh.
You watched it.
I even sat there and watched Gotham Knights. I know.
Yeah, I remember that.
I
I watched it through reviews. And here's the thing. You have way more entertainment value watching people review it and shitting all over it than actually. And then the thing about it is it goes back to the previous video where if you are hating on the show, dislike it, prove a point, have a valid point about it, you're ista or ism. The point where the stupid main character who can't act her way out of a fucking paper bag made a diss track that was shit.
She dead ass did though. I couldn't.
And I think here's the thing. I don't think you watched the video.
Which one? Her dance?
The diss track. Yeah, diss track video.
No,
I saw the dance. Did you watch the music video?
Oh no, I ain't watched the music video.
Oh, you lucky bastard. You lucky bastard. She emotes just as way she acts. She has no feelings, no nothing. She looked like a fucking worm that's been out in the sun too long. The way she was dancing.
I'm not gonna lie, not to knock people's acting skills or anything like that, but yes, through seeing the reviews, through seeing clips, through seeing the first two episodes and 5 minutes of the third one, yes, I'm sorry, love, but you cannot act, and I'm wondering how the fuck Disney even picked you.
You want to know how dark I am right now? Her best acting is when she died in Hunger Games.
Oh my god!
I'm saying that not because she died as a person. I'm saying it because it affected my emotion. She was there. She helped out. Also, she didn't say shit that movie. She had more range as a kid than she did now. Because right now, the only thing she does is the press of the Olympics. She wants to make people feel weird, and especially white people feel discomfort and all that stuff, even though she's half white herself. But
so dumb.
She wants to feel the people racist. No, your show is shit.
Right.
The director is shit. She had no range, didn't know how to write characters. People flipped on a dime. The fucking sister burnt down the house or burned down the village. Got vindicated. Got redeemed. The sisters hated each other the entire series. Oh, because the Jedi, who defended himself, by the way, killed the mom. Oh, I'm gonna be evil. And not only that, them doing that fucked up the lore, because Anakin was supposed to be the person that did the force choke. Now, canonically, in Disney's eyes, she's the first one to do it.
Oh God, that's right. Oh my God, you reminded me.
And what makes it worse, fuck that whole scene. The fact that Soul was, mind you, the best character in the entire show, because he gave a shit.
I was so mad when he fucking died. Fucking mad.
And no, here's the beautiful part. He told him it's okay. You telling the evil person it's okay to kill me?
Right.
You can push her back.
You are a master. I'm sorry, but the first one that died made no sense to me, bro. My man was mad powerful. And he said, you know what? Forgive me for my sins. I'll take the pill now.
But what sins?
I'll take the pill.
What sins?
Exactly. What sins?
He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. He got brainwashed by the same person, the same people that you want them to be good guys.
Yep.
And when they try to defend themselves, they brainwashed the Wookiee Jedi and made him try to kill them.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be sympathetic for the evil people, the evil witches. No, they deserve to die, and I hope they all burn in hell.
I hope they all burn in hell.
Yes, I'm gonna use a lot of movie references when we do this. Let's be aware. They all just.
It's true though.
Come on, really?
Like the witches were always. Come on, man.
Oh, come on, man.
This is it. Just makes no sense. It makes no sense. You're taking the Jedi Order, and basically whatever happened in episode 3 makes no sense anymore, right? Jedi deserve it. Thing. That's what you're telling us. The Jedi deserve everything that comes to them because the dark side wins.
Here's the stupid part. The bad sister did all the things she did. Decided when she found out her sister was alive, decided to go face and say, I'm going to give myself up to the Jedi. They have my sister. They'll accept me. You run off. You find the Wookiee dead.
Yep.
Which, by the way, waste of character. Then
Jedi
you had the
Wookiee.
opportunity.
You guys had a Jedi Wookiee.
Jedi Wookiee. First in series. First and ever. Fuck it up. So now you get to the point where you meet a Jedi, and the first thing you do is try to kill her. Mind you, that they nicknamed the guy who played the villain. By the way, if you watch The Good Place, that was Jason from The Good Place, the idiot.
Oh.
The idiot monk.
That's who you... I knew he looked familiar.
Yes.
I was like, he looks so familiar. Where do I know him from?
And unfortunately, that's now 3 characters, the 3 actors who I love went into Disney and fucking died. It was like fucking Chidi, Sahani, and now Jason.
Bro, I swear to God, these A-listers are like, you know what, bro? You're going to put me in Disney? All right, kill me off the first 2 episodes. Is it going to be a show or a movie? If it's a movie, kill me off in the first 5 minutes. Because that's exactly what the hell they did for, what's her name? Trinity in the first goddamn episode.
But she ended up being doing more episodes. And then think about it. No one of the Jedi deserved to die. May should be put to death.
Yes.
Because she's psychotic. She caused the death of a bunch of people because she locked them in. And the thing about it, in the Jedi's part of the episode, it shows that she locked them in. So she caused the death of so many people, but she gets vindicated because the running joke is certain type of people don't take accountability for things. So if you watch the show, they don't take accountability for it. Because guess what? Guess what they end up doing at the end of the show? They end up blaming a man. They end up putting everything on Soul. Soul was the one that killed everybody. Soul's the one that did this. Because they take no accountability. May brainwash now is fine. And then Osha, who was the character you're supposed to root for, she turned full Sith. And also, by the way, the fact that the sword that there's a bunch of stupid shit that happened. One, with the fact that May threw the sword and it hit the wall and it broke the crystal, stopping the lightsaber. That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, that made no sense. That literally made no sense.
And then 2, which never happened from what I found out in canon, Star Wars canon, the lightsaber don't turn the color.
Nope. That bugged me out. I'm like, wait, hold on. Aren't you supposed to be making these from scratch? When in the world? Oh, I'm dark now, so my lightsaber is going to turn red. How the fuck did that happen? When did that happen? I don't give a fuck if it's before Anakin, before Luke.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
In any lore, I'm pretty sure George Lucas is like, what the fuck is this?
No, George Lucas is like,
yeah, George Lucas is
fuck it. No.
Let me count my bills real quick.
Fuck Osha, because she's a stupid bitch. Now I'm gonna be very blunt here. She's a stupid bitch.
She is.
Because the fact that she gets knocked out, kidnapped, they dubbed him Smilo Ren because of his mask.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. You let this guy who murdered your friends, one you had feelings for, one character you had feelings for, who was the bestest ever, as Best Babyface said. She was the Padawan of the year for the fact that she was the only Jedi. She was the only Jedi besides Soul to take on the Sith, and the Sith had to cheat in order to beat her.
That's right.
Go fuck yourself on that one.
That's so stupid.
But he killed all your friends, people that you grew up training with. He killed them. Then he takes you out and he say a few words and show you his abs and his ass. And at one point, she looked at his dick. And now you turn heel.
Like, oh my god!
Oh, because my mom, because he killed my mom. I pray this doesn't the people that's making money off this show wants a second season. All people that do the reviews, they want a second season, and I don't blame them because they get entertainment for roasting the shows.
Makes sense.
And trust me, when this start making money,
bring it on. I want season 2 too.
Thank you.
Bring that season 2 here.
There's another quote that somebody put on Twitter, and they didn't get in trouble, but it was funny. Somebody put a quote on Twitter on X saying, "This is why women should not write Star Wars."
No shade towards women, guys. No shade towards women, but
there are creative women out there.
Oh, there's really good creative women out there. But
yes,
the women that are in charge of Star Wars right now, as we speak, do not know anything about it. They don't. They claim they do, but they don't. They really, really don't. It's just the fact that you just try to add stuff into the lore that we as Star Wars fans already grew up with and said to ourselves, what the fuck? Come on, man. How is that even possible? And it's all because they want to send a message. All right. This message of woman empowerment is fucking fine. I get it. Woman empowerment it's here. It's always been here. Always. Yeah. It's just when they throw it in your face, oh, men are better or women are better, then it becomes an issue with me. It becomes something that I don't feel like watching because you're just throwing shit at me now. What, am I not good enough for you?
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take Amanda Stendel, whatever her fucking name is, and look at her and think of her as a top leading star or something like, or I can see her as a powerful Sith. Mind you, she's a fucking Mary Sue, just like most of the characters that they write now. She left. It's like almost every female that came into Star Wars that's been written in Star Wars that's supposed to have that they wasn't force sensitive. They abandoned their training. Next thing, I'm the best Jedi ever. I'm going back to Ahsoka too, because that's what happened with the other chick. She told her she had no connection with the Force.
Yep. And then, mind you, Rey did start this. All right, Rey did start this. First, I will admit, the first episode 7. Episode 7, the way it was written, it her trying to earn those powers and trying to understand it, right? That was okay. I have no problem with her trying to understand it because she's like, I don't know where this power is coming from and all this other stuff. She doesn't know who she is. But 8 and 9 just said, that's cool. Hold my beer. You're more powerful than Goku right now. Here you go. And then you lost me. Ever since then, every other woman in Star Wars, including Princess Leia, can fucking breathe in space. And what the fuck? Meanwhile, Luke is like, I'm sorry, I hated the way Luke died. The way Luke died made no sense. No sense. You killed it. You fucking killed it. And ever since then, I stopped. Star Wars was just like, I'm iffy about Star Wars now. And rightfully so, because ever since then, everything that dropped, including The Mandalorian, I had high hopes for it until they fucked it up. And then Boba Fett, don't even get me started with that one. And then Ahsoka, don't even get me started with that one. And now this. Everything leads to this. All right? Yeah, so thank you, Rey. Thank you, Rey, for leading the way for more shitty Star Wars. Thank you. Don't come back.
Mandalorian's a prequel to the trilogy.
They're all prequels. I hate it. I hate it.
The thing is, so one of the rumors is they're either waiting for George to pass away, but they may remake the originals, the original trilogy.
They're trying to remake the original trilogy.
They're thinking about remaking the original trilogy because right now, sorry for the blue light in my face. Right now, pretty much nothing's working for Star Wars. Their theme parks are failing. Nope. Besides the shills that go in there and literally live in the ass of Disney. No, they don't kiss it. They live inside of it. Right. That's the way they listen. Grizzy, the Grizzy, whatever. I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Grizzy. Shout out to his channel. He takes all the clips from all the freaking shill channels and everything like that to be kissing ass and don't question nothing because they're the ones that get paid by Disney. And they get paid and they all get all the free shit. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, God, it's so cool. And the comments are so stupid. Yes. So I got asked a question. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
But no, with Star Wars, it's bad now. Sorry. Now.
It's garbage.
Because people say Rogue One and Andor are the only two good things that came out for the modern day thing. Some people like it, some people don't. But
it's a hit or miss for me.
I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. It's not like top. I don't hate Star Wars. Well, I don't hate the original Star Wars. Oh, yeah. I do hate Disney Star Wars. But even as somebody who I can respect the original story, the original 3, right, and even the prequels, I can respect that. So besides 2, fuck 2. I could have cloned. No, what that one it was? I got clones. No, fuck that one. That was too much talking. I got so bored. I was so hyped to watch that one, and then I was just like, "What is this?"
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. That when it comes to the original series, I watched all of them in the theaters when they first came out, and two, I was really disappointed because I was expecting this big ass war. Let's fucking go! And then it was just 2 hours of nonstop talking, and then pow! At the end, they leave you with a cliffhanger. And I'm just like, fucking shit! I gotta wait another year, and then that shit pissed me off. So, story between 1, 2, and 3, I understand it. 1 was good. I enjoyed 1. 2 was very mid. I definitely admit that. 3 was good. It made for memes, a lot of good new stories, and then get to see the birth of Darth Vader, basically.
Yeah.
So and seeing the birth of an iconic character like Darth Vader be born into light, that intrigued me. But when it comes to side stories, I feel like I didn't need a Boba Fett side story. I'm sorry. I didn't need a Mandalorian side story. I didn't need a Ahsoka side story, because Clone Wars, if I'm not mistaken, did a perfectly good job. The animated series, that series, number 1. I don't know, because I've never seen it. Yes, a lot of people are going to bash me. Oh my God, you never seen Clone Wars? Nope.
Me neither.
Never seen the show. Never really got into it. I didn't like the animated art style of it, so I never really like intrigued me. So, but when it came to everything else Star Wars, I was just like, all right, cool. Episode 1 through 6, I thoroughly enjoyed. Obviously, once 7, 8, and 9 came out, and then everything shitty afterwards, plus those Rogue Ones, and I saw like 10 minutes of the Han Solo film, and said, nah.
You said it right the first time. Han Solo.
I was like, Han Solo, that Han Solo film, man. So I didn't like it. It didn't capture me. Plus, I didn't want to see a side story either. As Darking knows me, I do not like prequels. I managed to like 1, 2, and 3. But when it came to prequels, I was like, always like, no, go forward. I want to know what happens next. Where's Luke at? Where is he? And sure enough, I found out where Luke was, and they fucked him up.
Yeah. So you want to hear a joke? You want to know how brain dead the Star Wars universe is?
Mm.
Or the people that makes the films, how brain dead they are?
How brain?
The wonderful director that made that shitty Thor movie, Taika
Waititi.
He went to Natalie Portman and asked if she wanted to be in a Star Wars movie.
Natalie Portman?
He went to Natalie Portman and asked her if she wanted to be in a Star Wars movie.
Who is she gonna play?
A dead person. She was the mother. She's gone. She was there. She died.
Who is she gonna play? What, they're gonna do a prequel of her now? God damn it! I hope you.
No. He was gonna put her in the whatever in the future, like a regular as a character. No, he didn't know she was in the movie before. There we go. He didn't know. They had to tell him, "Hey, she was in the movies already.
She's a key part of the movie."
Oh, don't be like that guy who said Anakin blew up the Death Star. Yes, he said it twice. He was like, "Oh, Anakin blew up the Death Star." And at one point, he said, "You think I should shut up? I should stop talking." And then the chick that was next to him that played X-23 and Logan, she's like, "Yeah, you should shut up." Not because she knew he was right. She knew that he was right or not. It's just because you don't want to piss off the fans even more.
Oh,
I said it twice. What?
Once could be a mistake, but twice, you're like, oh.
First of all, Luke blowing up the Death Star, which, mind you, by the way, not a huge Star Wars head.
Do you know that?
Luke Skywalker blew up the Death Star.
It's iconic.
Killed a lot of bad people. Good riddance.
No, there was a lot of people, a lot of stormtroopers in there that didn't need to lose their lives.
It was a planet killing device that blew up a planet.
That doesn't matter. It was a very key, important moment where there was a family of stormtroopers inside of the dark.
Listen, he wants to get a job at Disney. I understand. That's what you sound like right now. You sound real sus right now. Hey, I'm among us right now. You sound real.
Listen, you have to understand the key moments inside of the Death Star. There was a family of stormtroopers that needed help escaping the tyrannical, and Luke Skywalker just went in there and blew it up, and then didn't give no fucks about them. And I was just like, oh my God, Luke Skywalker is such a bad person.
You know what that family's doing right now?
What are they doing?
being particles in space. Being particles in space right now because they're dead. They're dead like Star Wars.
Mind you,
know
they're
how
all
bad Star Wars-
clones, bro. They're all expendable. That's what people don't realize. Oh, the stormtrooper died. Oh, there's
cares?
there's a billion more that you need to
Print
kill.
them out. Put them out in the factory. Print them out in the printer. That's how frequent you can get a new one. Got it. Like,
Exactly. Thank you, Bubba Fett.
listen, the best thing about the Troopers is the fact that they made a zombie free-to-play game. A zombie game that was actually really fun.
Yeah,
That's
true.
it.
True.
That's why they're expendable. They're expendable. They can die and be fine. Who cares? Move on.
So for
No one
whoever ever talks about, oh my God, Luke is such a bad guy. There was so much stormtroopers in there that lost their lives. And like, bro, come here.
Get your abs out.
Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you real quick. Shut the fuck up. Oh, come on, man.
No, please. Because there was the same asshole that said about Anakin. Oh, sorry, Anakin blew up the Death Star. Is the same one that said there's no good or bad in Star Wars.
Oh my God.
I wish that we can play clips of this because it's like, come on. And then here's the thing. You mentioned about they didn't need side stories, right? They had a shit ton of side stories. All the freaking Nintendo games that came out, the really good games.
They were really good
the
games.
good books.
Yep.
Guess what they did? They threw the freaking EU out into space.
Yep.
They yeeted it all.
They did.
So Force Unleashed, which by the way would have been the most powerful Jedi Force user because he was OD broken.
Oh my God, Force Unleashed was so good.
So good.
Force Unleashed and right now, what's Fallen Order?
Fallen Order.
That could have been both those stories. Perfect.
Movies.
They would have been great movies. They're already great movies on their own. You just got to play them. But Star Wars: The Shadow of for the Nintendo 64, The Shadow Empire. That game was really good, and it takes place after Episode 6. Not a fucking prequel. Yep.
Hey! What was your favorite game again? What was that? You said Force Unleashed. Isn't that a prequel, buddy?
That happened. It hasn't happened yet.
Get the fuck out of here! It's not a prequel anymore. Prequel.
I know.
It was in between.
They
no, don't tell me when.
Because it was between 5 and 6, I think it is.
It was in between. I know, but the thing about it is, it's kind of canon anyway. His death, he died, so he got killed because technically he didn't. He died, and his clone came. Which no one talks about part 2, by the way. It's God damn it.
You're right.
This is what happens when you have a chance.
That's true.
Yeah, but we had but you know what they're doing? They're picking and choosing from the EU what to put in. A lot of these stories that's happening now with Ahsoka is what Luke Skywalker did. Thrawn was a villain when Luke was around. Luke had a wife and kids, and they got rid of all that to make him a crazy uncle that had a emotional nephew who, by the way, never lost to Rey.
That's true.
Never.
You're right.
And end up falling in love because and then making these weirdos. Like, I can't stand headcanon. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? What pissed me off with my Resident Evil 6 gameplay with my friend was the fact that she kept headcaning Pierce and Chris together. Because I actually said that Pierce was on. I thought Pierce was but he's not. But she kept, oh, I like to see him kids together. I wanted to say, shut the fuck up. So bad. Headcanon. That's no. Headcanon. That's what's ruining Star Wars. That's what's ruining a lot of movies too. Headcanon. Yeah. Oh, the bad boy can get with the good girl. No, the bad guy murdered murdered all your friends, all of them. Soul's the only one that he didn't murder.
And then it throws away the story of fucking 7. No, not 7. 6. Because Palpatine was still alive. Bro, when I saw Palpatine in 9, I was like, okay, so you're telling me all that sacrifice, couldn't come up with a new villain? You had to go back to Palpatine because they were getting so much backlash and they needed somebody or something to be like, oh my God, we need to resurrect Star Wars somehow, some way, guys. The crowd is going to go crazy for this. How about we do Palpatine? But we already did that. Let's do Palpatine, but let's do, she's his clone. And let's do this, and let's do that. Let's do it. Thumbs up.
She's not even a clone. She's actually his granddaughter.
Fucking.
She's not a clone. She's actually a granddaughter.
That's
who took the Skywalker's name. You want to, matter of fact, you want to know what? You want to know good story writing? You want to know good story writing? I'm gonna mention the tale, and I want to see what you're gonna. I want to see if you can guess the series that happened. So back in the day, in the beginning, like hundreds of years ago, there were two friends. No, sorry, there were two brothers actually. One was a powerful person, and the other one was the emperor. And at one point, the emperor wanted to take over the entire world and was able to do it. But his brother, who was also a powerful being, was able to stop him. But eventually, no, they wasn't brothers. Sorry, they were friends. Eventually, he was able to stop him. But then years later, when they got old, it was a time where the powerful wizard was getting in trouble, and instead of his friend trying to help him out, he left him there to die. Powerful emperor went out there, ended up taking over the world for over hundreds of years. Fast forward years later, the descendants of that, without even realizing it, they were enemies at first, fought each other, and they end up becoming friends to fight the greater evil and end up saving the world. Isn't that, you know what show I'm talking about?
Which one's that one?
It made a shitty Netflix TV show a couple of months ago. It was the ground. It was the earth.
At the Avatar?
Sorry, yes. The Fire Emperor and the Avatar were friends.
Ah, that's right.
And he wanted to take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the Avatar told him, listen, if you do this, I will stop you. Mm-hmm. And then he waited till he got old and he had opportunity, but he couldn't do it. He was trying to stop everything. And he had an opportunity where his friend could save him, help him out. And he left him to die just so he could take over the world. And then years later, his descendant turned to be this evil asshole. And then he had a son who ended up working with the Avatar to save the world. Mm-hmm. That was called good story writing, because you didn't know that until you watched the episode, learning that history.
That's true.
Because both of them was going through the same journey. Zuko and Aang was going through the same problem, and they were both like kind of way in a different type of like interesting way. They were both same.
Yep. And then you actually felt for Zuko.
Yes.
Because at the same time, you have rivals basically fighting. And you see the other rivals' storyline, and then you see the Avatar storyline. So that's really good story writing, when you can actually sympathize on characters.
Sorry. No, I'm not gonna say. Because you wrote that?
Who?
Dude.
Damn.
No, because going back to the whatever the bullshit going all the way back to that, because we forgot about that show a long time ago. Because that's how forgettable that show is.
Oh
that
shit! That's what we were talking about. That's right. Fuck. We completely went off the Star Wars rant and the Star Wars lore.
No, we're valid here. The show's gonna be forgotten in a week.
Yep.
In fact, if the boys episode is really good, it'll probably be forgotten in 2 days.
True.
So it's like,
you're right.
No one cares. Oh, she's the most powerful thing. Until the next most powerful person is gonna come out.
Exactly.
Ahsoka's the most powerful. She's the person that who cares? Ahsoka was so bland. She was so weak to the character. And I love Rosario Dawson.
I love her too.
I love her. You haven't seen the movie Trance, so you don't love her as much as I love her.
But I've seen Kids. That was the first movie I seen her in.
Me now. Listen.
And she was older than me. Oh, I think we were the same age, probably.
In Trance, like, matter of fact, she did a lot of good scenes in movies. Troy was a good movie, by the way. You want to talk about ancient? Troy was
really good.
Troy and Trance were two really good movies. If you need to check it out. Mm-hmm. All joking aside, Trance is a good movie. Mm-hmm. It's a weird ending, and it flips. It's good storytelling because it flips the story on its head. Of like, you think one thing about one character, and then towards the end, it's like, nope. Why are you doing that? You get to see a good amount of that natural. You get the full natural. I keep telling you, you need to watch the movie Trance. I keep saying it multiple times.
It makes sense.
It's no, like,
it's okay. It's actual.
Yes, a movie worth watching over Ahsoka.
That's okay.
Yes,
finally.
She was a bland character. This is before 2016. So you can't get offended by the fact that a person want to show their body, but because now people get offended all puffy when a woman does it, but when a guy does it, it's okay for a woman to stare and glance. There's no.
That's true. No, you're right.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, because they were drooling over the way he took off his shirt. Because the thing about it, I don't know. Like, I know you watched the reviews, and when they did the audio subtitles describing the scenes,
Oh yeah.
where he's taking off his shirt and
Yeah.
he's showing his muscular back blazing in the sun and her predatory gaze as she tried to get a closer look. If the roles were reversed, if she was the one going in the water half naked and he was standing, oh my God, he's such a creep. He's such a perv. I can't believe they write something like that. But vice versa, oh my God, I shipped them together because he's misunderstood. The motherfucker killed a bunch of Jedi.
Yep.
That was defending themselves. And then, mind you, not only that, he tried to kill her in the previous episode. He tried to kill May. And the same two bitches went in there and saved him at the last episode.
True.
They saved him.
Yep.
She tried to kill her.
Yep.
Twice. She betrayed me. I'm going to murder her.
Why?
Oh, you should let the dark side take over.
That character deserved to die really bad.
Listen. I respect the actor on this, Kylo Ren. My first thing I ever said when I saw it, I was like, I pray he gets work.
True.
I pray he gets better work because he's a good actor. He got buff for that scene. He did the action scenes. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, you put him in a good movie, he can do it.
He's a really good actor, man. For me, I like his personality in general. And then once I saw him here, I was like, bro, don't.
He can play a good villain. He's not the great. He wasn't great. If you had the right direction, he would have been a great villain. You done fucked up because you fucked up the lore.
Yep.
You fucked up the lore. You made one character look fucking retarded by saying that, the Sith hasn't been around in 1,000 years. And then you had the nerve to bring Yoda in it.
I know.
You put Yoda in it. And you know what? Whoever told the director's wife that she can act, go eat a dick.
We got another Paul Anderson in our mix.
Listen, I don't have any acting training. I've never been in acting. I feel like if I got the role, I would have did a better job than she did.
Oh yeah,
I would have did a better job than the lead actress.
I believe it.
Because I can do more. I can do better emotion.
Better faces.
I'm shocked. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm just over exaggerating my reactions. But he had the same face for everything while looking at a fire in space.
Wow.
So I'm gonna say that line again. She had the same emotionless face while looking at a fire in
space.
Absent space where there's no oxygen. One of the key things needed for a fire.
Fire in space. A new movie coming out soon. Fire in space.
Which one? By the way, the only time that was ever PTSD, she never had that problem again with being around fire. That was the only time that ever.
Yeah. For that logic, a Death Star explosion was more cinematic.
But it made sense.
But it made exactly.
People try to use that as there was fire in space. Yes, because something exploded and it expanded and then evaporated.
Yep.
Instantly.
And not something that you just flame on in space.
And it lingered.
I don't even think they know what the hell they were talking about or doing. They really tried to add stuff that's not supposed to be added. It just makes no sense.
You know what? I'm going to say this. If it ever gets people watch this video, get it out there, people call, listen, I don't care if you think I am an ISTA, an ism, or whatever. I know I made jokes. I love women. I believe women is awesome. I do. But people in Hollywood, the ones that's in charge of it, get rid of them. Let them all get the pink slip. Get them out of there. Clean. If I had enough money to buy Disney, I'm clean slating everything.
I completely agree.
I'm going total scorch earth. It's getting ready. Everything.
I would just be like, oh, Disney's going on a writer's strike? Cool. We'll hire better ones. Let's go.
No one gave a fuck about that writer's strike. No one gave a fuck about the actor's strike. No one cared. I didn't care. I laughed because I wasn't going to the movies anyway. I enjoy movies, watching old movies. Listen, as much as I got mad at How I Met Your Mother, I watched that show better and enjoy it way than anything. It's more enjoyable than any crap that comes out now. You know what? Also, what I heard too, speaking of shitty TV shows, you heard they probably reviving Martin as a dramedy. That face right there. That's the face I had when I found that out. That's the rumor. They're going to remake Martin as a dramedy. Fuck.
Oh, come on.
The fuck.
That is retarded. That's fucking retarded. I'm sorry. That just really is.
Listen, they're gonna turn In the House into an action comedy.
Good.
Some people like Bel Air. I'll stick to the original. So they find it entertaining. God, that's good. I'm not gonna knock them. If you find it entertaining, you find it good.
That's cool. There was a YouTube video not too long ago. I know we're off the Acolytes technically topic off, but just this keynote real quick. The Bel Air YouTube video that they made of Bel Air, even that would probably make more sense than whatever Hollywood dishes up. YouTubers make better content than Hollywood would do right now. That's it. It's just simple. YouTubers have better understanding of how we love our anime, how we love our lore, how we love our gaming. So they love what they're passionate about and they do it. I have yet to see any good lightsaber battles until I saw some on YouTube. YouTube has the best lightsaber battles ever.
Their heart's in it. Their heart's and mind and soul. They loved it. They loved the original. It was the thing that inspired them. These people that do the reviews and the podcasts and everything like that. Hey, the podcast and everything. They have a love for what's going on. They love everything that's happening.
Yep. And it's like I said, even Tiki Wiki didn't know that fucking this girl was fucking a main character in the Star Wars.
Go tell it something.
If he didn't know, he was gonna cast her as a character in Star Wars, in a Star Wars canon lore, even though she's already part and main in a canon lore.
A simple character in the lore. You know who wants to be in a Star Wars movie?
Who?
Blam Lawson. She wants to do a Star Wars movie.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. And listen, like I said, anybody who sits there and say that men hate women in movies like that, you don't know Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
You don't know Rhea Ripley. Really. Thank you. So many characters. The 80s had a ton of them. Sarah Connor alone had a lot of people like, oh my God, she was such a badass. Remember, she was a damsel in distress in one.
Yep. She was like, you know what? Fuck you.
He can lift me up.
I'm gonna fuck him up.
He can lift me up.
She was training, bro.
What? She still had emotional range too.
Facts. Yep.
She
because when she saw him, PTSD suddenly just hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh shit, he's really here. But she trained for that moment. She was trained to still stay alive. And
save her son.
Yep.
And one movie done fucked it up. One movie decanonized everything. What? Dude,
I honestly don't even know if I want to watch the animated series that's coming out, to be quite honest.
Oh yeah, Terminator is dead. There's only 2 Terminator movies.
It's literally only 2.
There's 2 Terminator series and then the TV show.
Oh, the TV show was actually pretty good. It was so underrated, bro. The Sarah Connor Chronicles were really good. I just don't understand, bro. Oh my God, I was so tight when they canceled that shit. I was like, oh come on. Literally. But that's the thing. That was good writing. You know what I'm saying? That was good writing. And that was still in the early 2000s. So
yes.
Anything now, I'm sorry, but Gen Z does not know how to write. Sorry, guys. Y'all really don't. Y'all really
shit.
don't.
I'm oldie. Y'all shit.
I'm sorry. Y'all just don't. Maybe a lot of y'all do have good ideas. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But putting it on your own stuff and your own IPs, by all means. But touching other IPs that have been out before you was born makes no sense.
I'm going to interrupt you while you're talking because I'm going to tell you exactly what the same thing you did with me with Disney's the greatest. The same thing I'll tell you. I want to put my name on the show. I want my name to be mentioned every time that show comes out. I know it's an existing IP, but when they see that character, they're going to think of me. It's going to be me.
I did this. I did that. It was me.
My character is the first person that did the Force choke.
George Lucas who? It was me.
It was me. Yes. My character was the first one that did the Force choke, not Anakin.
And if I could just Force choke her ass right to the damn screen.
Oh my God. YouTube channel did a 7-hour video of the death of Star Wars. Did a whole funeral service.
Oh my God.
And it was glorious. A lot of YouTubers come in, read their lines, calls to go into the story.
And today we give our thanks.
They did. They wore black and everything. They did. It's still up on YouTube right now.
These motherfuckers had eulogies.
7 hours, 30 minutes. Yes, they did eulogies.
got eulogies for all.
They did, and they said it. And mind you, when they said that Star Wars died?
Uh-huh.
2012.
Damn, that seems about right.
So
that seems about right.
Listen, once again, we talked about Acolytes and we left it because it's that piece of shit. Like
Acolytes, I'm sorry.
Nothing in Star Wars and Marvel, because we got to go into Marvel too. Because Marvel,
that we're definitely going to go into. Definitely,
that Brave New World. Ooh.
That's why I wanted to actually stream instead, so it won't be a long video that I have to edit. But we're at 56 minutes. I know. We're technically at 2 hours.
You mentioned Acolytes. 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Literally, Acolytes was right there. That was my next one. Next one after, which we won't have time for this one on this video, it will be the State of Disney.
State of Disney.
Over.
DOA. Disney needs to burn to the ground. As the man says from Mega Man X7, burn to the ground.
Burn everything.
Yes.
Oh my God. But yes, this is our thoughts on the Acolytes. Like I said, guys, no shame towards women or the creators or anything like that. It's just as we want to be entertained, right? We understand the lore and we understand what it means to be a fan of certain things. And that once you implement something that just resonates and then take it away, and then you give us this half-assed story of something that should have never been in the first place, and then you tell us, I'll deal with it. That's just what it is going to be. And then we're just looking at you like, what if we don't want to like it? And if we don't like it, we're the bad guys. We criticize it, we're the bad guys. And we get ignored. So for us being the fans of certain IPs that honestly, in my opinion, should not be touched. The last Star Wars film for me was 6, and that was it. And IP should have never been touched afterwards. I just feel like fandom is there, but Disney, after George just decided to buy it off, give it to Disney, basically. And Disney did whatever the fuck they wanted to do with it. We get this. And then we get the backlash because we are talking to the person that wants to entertain us and give us what we want, right? And they don't give us. It's not like we're being picky. We're not being picky. We're not being any of that. We're just telling you guys, listen, your story direction is trash. I feel like you can do better. But when you tell us to shut the fuck up, your opinion doesn't matter, fuck the fans, then we have a problem. Then every time that we look at your IP or anything from your IP, we're just going to have that in the back of our heads. Oh, they said fuck us. They don't give a fuck about us. You just want our money. Well, we're not going to give you our money now.
You're not getting that fucking cent from me.
So that's the issue that we're having. And for me, I was a big Star Wars fan. And technically I still am because I love the Star Wars games. I love the Star Wars action figures. Even though it was done, last Star Wars film was made when I was born. And for that period of time, Star Wars was the shit. All throughout the 80s and 90s when I started growing up, Star Wars this, Star Wars that, Star Wars action figures. So I grew up with Star Wars. So with me knowing the Star Wars lore, growing up as a fucking infant all the way up to now, I look at this IP and I'm like, this IP went to shit. All very because of what you guys decided to do with it. And I had passion. I had love for it. Now I don't feel that no more. I don't feel passion. I don't feel the love for it because I feel like everything is so rushed. You remember when movies used to take like 10 years to make? You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like, oh, we got to get this story done. Let's use ChatGPT. I need this done by at least 3 months.
You took the words out of my mouth. Yep. It's repetitive. It's repetitive. It's over and over and over and over. Since they bought Star Wars, because technically what their original plan was, they were going to make a movie every year to tell the story, do this. They had this big idea. But the thing about it is, if you keep churning the shit, listen, I love pizza. I'm going to make a food reference. I love pizza. But if I eat pizza every day, week after week after week after week after week after week, first of all, I'll be dead.
Oh, that too.
No, I'll be dead. Cholesterol is going to go through the roof. My heart's going to stop, and I'll be dead. But I'm going to get tired of having pizza because I'm eating it over and over and over again. That's the same thing that happened with the Star Wars. That's definitely the same thing happened with Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Marvel kept churning the same shit every time, over and over.
Yep, and that's where it went wrong. When you become so greedy that you have to push stuff out every single week, every single month, every single year, it becomes an issue because you're not pushing out genuine content. Now you're just pushing out rush content. You're just pushing out stuff for the fans to get money from. You're not sitting there marinating it. You give it some time. Fucking, like I said, the first couple Star Wars took years apart. Not only because of the visuals, but because of the storytelling George Lucas was doing. It was just
wasn't it like about a good 3 years before the last one?
That's technically that's the longest. And mind you, look at the big gap between Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. And that's
time to breathe.
They gave it time to breathe, gave it time to marinate, give it a storyline. The only one I will say that I don't give two fucks about is what's that shit? Avatar.
Nobody cares.
Not the last Bender. The
I know exactly cares.
I saw the first one. All right, cool. It took like 15 years to make the next one, or 20 years, or whatever the case might be. And I personally haven't seen it yet because I don't care for it. That's not an IP that I'm interested in. I don't get the hype.
I don't get the hype.
I
don't get the amount of meat suckage that they were doing for that series.
They're like, oh God, it's so good, Blue Man.
They were deep, like the way they were going, especially around 2009.
Oh my God!
All the consoles had the games, everything. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, they
South
were
Park
going hard.
South Park when they mentioned the Smurfs.
Oh my God!
Sequel came out, nobody cared.
Yeah,
it really cares about movies. I have not seen an Avatar movie, and I don't plan to. I don't care.
Me neither.
I never played the game. I don't care.
Yeah, that's definitely, comes to like IPs, I didn't give a fuck was like Avatar. Terminator, I did give a fuck about. I love 1, I love 2. It took a while for 3 to come out afterwards, but once 3 came out, the 3 was so mid, and I was just like, didn't. I was like, what the fuck is the story, man? The definitive. I feel like 3 shouldn't have come out at all.
No.
Like stopped. They actually have a definitive ending for 2, where Sarah Connor is old, and she says, over. So end it right there.
But money.
They love the IP so much. I'm the money. Like, who could do Alien versus Predator? That's fine, because I don't give a shit about Alien versus Predator.
They had 2 opportunities. They failed both times.
Oh God, Jesus Christ, bro. I know.
Aliens is another franchise that died after 2.
Yes.
Predator as well.
Terrible twos, man. Movie. After 2, stop it.
Predator. Yeah, that's true. Because John Wick is as well. Because 3 and 4, and don't get it wrong, I'll watch all 4 of them. Fuck that.
They were still 2, good, but
3,
it isn't as good as 1 and 2.
Yeah. No, main villain 2 kissed my ass. I'm glad he got shot in the face.
Oh yeah, he's big time.
Yeah, but I mean, John Wick never really had any major, like, that's a topic too. Like, John Wick didn't have any major villains that like was a big threat. Like, it just as to a means, like they're just there to just be a bullet, a bunch for John. That's it. Like, when Mayhem couldn't stop, if you get that reference, you're awesome. If Mayhem couldn't stop John Wick, then I forgot what commercial he did, whatever insurance commercial he did. He got fucking remember. Yeah. You can stop Mayhem me. Yep. No, John Wick is like, stop you.
Yep. See, that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Like, we love that IP. That IP is great.
Yeah. That's the thing. It goes back to what you said earlier too. People that make the YouTube videos are people that were passionate about the product. People that were making the movies and shows before, back in the day, they were passionate about the product. George Lucas was proud and passionate about the work that he did. He let it breathe. Sometimes the things you do, you take time. Everybody wants we're in the ADHD time. You got to keep showing things to keep people interested. Like, I know I learned that I may have ADHD myself, so I understand. But sometimes things take time. Like, Devil May Cry 2 came out immediately after. Guess what happened? Devil May Cry 2 sucked balls. Devil May Cry 3 came out 2 years later. Took time to breathe. One of the best games in the series.
It took time to marinate. The same thing with Resident Evil's, But that thing, when it takes time, You're not 6. We need to talk about 6.
And
but...
3. And 3.
Oh, God, and 3. Jesus Christ.
Remake 3. Sorry.
Yeah, remake 3.
Specify.
Yeah, not the old 3. Yeah. Give time to marinate the storyline, and you're passionate about stuff you actually love doing. It becomes a craft. It doesn't become a business. It becomes your soul. Now,
Yeah.
thing with right now, it's no soul in this. There's no passion. There's only money rush, and all you're gonna see is half-ass shit, half-ass writing from people that do not know how to write. But just because you went to school for writing doesn't mean that you know how to write. I'm sorry. I got a master's degree. I don't give a fuck. You don't know how to write. Go back to school. Go back to the drawing boards. Do some literature. Do something. Learn from other people's mentality. Not just, my mentality is the only one that matters. So I'm going to put that out there. Like, no. And if we don't like it, we get crucified for it. So it's like, okay, you're crucifying me because I don't like your work. Cool. It's an opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You can't stop me from criticizing. You can't stop me from not liking something because it's just freaking human nature. Like, if I don't like it, if I have something to say about it, I'm going to say it. But for you to come at me to tell me, oh, yeah, you don't like it, you're the problem, then I feel like you're racist, or you don't like me because of my skin color, or you don't like me because I'm a woman, or you add all that into my face, and I'm just looking at you like,
Yeah. It's you making an ass out of you and yourself.
Facts. You're making an ass out of yourself.
Yeah, you make an ass out of you and yourself because you ain't an ass out of me.
Yep.
Like,
that's
here's
the thing. And it's like I'm for diversity. I'm for women in power. I'm for all that. But you just have to stop having us being forced to like something we don't like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People are right to have a different opinion. Like you said, people have very different opinions. You hate prequels.
Yeah.
You tolerate them. I do question it. There's certain things. Why is it a prequel sometimes?
Right.
Depending on what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm not as like anime, like I gotta fucking watch because it's a prequel. No.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna fucking watch it because John Cena's in it. Or I ain't gonna fucking watch it because Pedro Pascal's in it. That's different. But we all have different opinions, but me and you are still good friends.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there. Everybody has a right to their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
If you like this, that's because before come to Marvel movies, if you liked the movie and I didn't, I used to be mad. I'm like, why the fuck would you like that movie? Get the fuck out of here. But after a while, I understood. Listen, right to their opinions. You like that movie? Okay. See you at the finish line when you realize that this series sucks. And a lot of times, like this, you did all this and you came right back to me.
The end game, baby. That's exactly where
you are. Mm-hmm. You are right back to me. Like, I'm gonna make a lot of quotes. Come on, man. Make a lot of quotes now.
It's true though. Very true.
But I gotta get off of this thing because I got this thing called work in the morning.
Oh yeah, right.
But yeah, it was a pleasure doing this. Come on now.
Come
on. I definitely can't wait for the next one that we're gonna talk about. The whole of Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Disney hasn't been relevant since what, late 2000s?
Yeah, much. Yeah. So I can't wait for that.
Oh my god. Like, I'll stop. I can go. I'll tap out. But this has been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on a part of your show here. Come on now.
Yeah, you know it. I'm happy to have you.
Come on, man.
Yes. You already know. I'm happy to have you because Dark King, if you guys do not know, go follow his socials at Dark King Forever. He does have a Twitch. He does go on YouTube. He does have a podcast coming out called The Nameless Podcast, which I cannot wait for that. By all means, cannot wait for that.
So on episode 2.
He's finally on episode 2. So go check out his podcast. I'll make sure to leave the link in the description under this video. And it's gonna be fun. Check out. He has a lot to say about Disney. So you guys like heels over babyface, you're gonna love Dark King Forever.
Yes. I've bathed in the classes of ass versus babyface.
So that's gonna be fun to watch. So yes, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been your boy Chaz Berrien signing off with Dark King Forever. And we are out.
Out this bitch.